Welcome to my village. I'm so glad you're here. This is a tried and true system that allows you to tap into the community you already have to create free reciprocal childcare in your neighborhood. Let me show you around. You can find my village at myvillage-kidcare.app. You can always log in via the website, but it's even smoother if you make it an app on your home screen. If you're on an iPhone, just go to myvillage-kidcare.app on Safari. Here you'll see the landing page. All you need to do is press these three dots here at the bottom, press share, view more, and add to home screen. Once you add that to your home screen, you will be able to see it right there, just like any other native app. Android users, it's a very similar process, just use Chrome instead of Safari. Now you have it downloaded and you can easily get to My Village from your home screen. Once you have created a village and logged in, you will see this home screen. As a captain, it will walk you through some onboarding steps that will allow you to get things set up. Your main responsibilities as a captain are to open up the village to trusted neighbors, set up a group chat, and build the schedules. So let me walk you through how it works. Very first, you will need to agree to the village way. That is down here. This village way has 6 commitments to our children, and they are a way to say we are all on the same page about our expectations for what childcare looks like as we drop kids off at each other's houses. These commitments are customizable through your very own captain's tools. So you can get rid of a few of them, you can add a few of them. The core will need to stay similar so that there's continuity across villages, but you can customize this to add extra specificity for your own village. Before you are able to access your tickets, you will have to agree to the village way. So all of your villagers will agree to that village way very first so they can access their tickets and the schedule. So this is a great time to talk about tickets. Right here is your wallet, and you can see how many tickets you have. Each villager will start with 30 tickets in their wallet. This is a great padding for a new villager so they feel confident that they can try it out. They have enough tickets to go take their kids to people's houses, get to know new people. Each ticket is worth 1 hour for one kid. So, for example, if I take my 2 little kids to my neighbor's house for a 3-hour shift, I pay that neighbor 6 tickets because I had 2 kids there for 3 hours each. So it's very easy to send these tickets. All you do is you press send tickets, and you can come to any villager and send tickets to that person in half-hour increments. You can also see a log of who you've sent them to. All right, so that is your wallet and your tickets. Each villager will be able to do the same thing. This is an amazing system. In my neighborhood, we have used physical tickets, laminated, and sent them to each other. It is just so amazing because you don't have to try to remember who you owe childcare swaps to, try to make an even trade. Instead, we just swap tickets around and everybody gets the care that they need at the time that works best for them and is able to offer care at the time that works best for them. And it's just a great community network of this shared currency. So it's pretty amazing. On this send tickets, you can see the lifetime amount of tickets you've spent, and you can just translate that straight into money in your brain. You can say, wow, an hour of childcare that cost me 1 ticket is worth anywhere from $5 to $20, depending on how much you pay your babysitters. Wow, two tickets spent, I just saved myself somewhere between $20 and $40. So that's pretty amazing to be able to see how much savings you've had from just using this ticket system. Next, the onboarding will take you to setting up your profile. Right up here in the top corner, you can see this little person icon. That is your settings. Here you can edit your profile, update your password, and there's the instructions to add the app to your home screen if you haven't already done that. You can also choose which color you want for your avatar. So pink, purple, and choose whatever color you feel like you want for your avatar color. This is how people will see you. But here you'll want to go to edit profile. Right here, you will want to put a profile photo from your photo library. This is so people can see your face, know who you are, have some facial recognition as they come to your profile to see, do I want to send my kids to this person's house? You add your name, you add your relationship to your kids, mother, father, other caretaker, your phone number. People will be able to text you directly from this app, so put your phone number in and your home address. People will be able to get directions to your home so that they can easily drop their kids off. You can save that profile. You can also add your children. So same, you can choose a photo for them, add their name, their date of birth. Villagers won't see their date of birth, but this will tell them how old your child is. Their gender, if they have any allergies. I have an allergy kiddo, so it's valuable to for people to know, oh, don't feed him any eggs. And anything else you might want them to know about your child. And you can add children there. You will be able to go to your village and see everybody's profiles, see their kids. If you know, oh, I have this kid here, I can't remember their sister's name, you can go to that profile of that mother or father and remember the kid's name, or you can just ask the kid, unless, sometimes you have little kids and they can't tell you. So there you go. There you'll be able to see your village. You can update your profile, update your kids' information. And all of this data is secure. I'm not sharing it. We are not selling it to anybody. It's just so that your community can have access to what matters the most when you are caring for each other's children. Okay, so that's your profile. That's your settings that you were able to see. Next, as the captain, you want to visit the Captain's Hub. That is this shield icon right in the top as well. The Captain's Hub has everything you need. It's the behind the scenes that keeps the village running smoothly. So I'll walk you through this. First, you'll want to come to this new Captain's Guide. You planted the village. It will give you some steps to help it take root. First, start inviting your neighbors. You have a personalized link that you can send out to anybody that will allow them to come into the village. So you can copy that link, share it with them, and they can enter this specific village that you have created. Next, get a group chat going. It may be you already have a chat in your neighborhood that you're using to kind of coordinate these types of things. If that's already working for you, awesome. In our neighborhood, we use GroupMe, but you can use a text group, WhatsApp, whatever it is that already works well for you. There's a very specific reason that we don't use an app we don't communicate in app. And that is because we're trying to build community. So if you have your friend's phone number, you can also, like your text that you're sending out to them for co-op or for this My Village can also be on the same thread as saying, hey, you're invited to the birthday party, or hey, I heard you weren't feeling well, can I bring you dinner? Something like that. So this is just meant to be very natural, a very sustainable way to create community with your neighbors. Next, you can personalize your village. So you can customize the village. You can put in whatever name, something fun, an inside joke, location, whatever it is for your village. Here is where you can also customize the commitments. You can remove up to 2 of the current commitments, and you can add up to 3 of your own. So if you're like, in our village, we're fine with screens, you could get rid of that one and add your own. Or if you're like, oh, we're just doing 1-hour shifts, we don't need to provide a snack, you could get rid of that one, put your own in. Finally, you can change the little tiny square up there, that icon color, to whatever you want it to be for your village. And then also this is where you can delete this village if the time comes that it is no longer being used. So that is the customize your village. Each village that is created also comes with a Google Calendar. It is its own Google Calendar where every shift that is created will pop up on that Google Calendar. This makes it so easy to plan around people's shifts. So, for example, if I need to go to a dentist appointment, I don't want to take my kids with me to the dentist appointment. I just pull up my Google Calendar. I look in my calendar, it's an orange calendar that says all the co-op shifts that people have signed up for, all the village shifts. And I say, okay, I could schedule a dentist appointment in this block of time because I can send my kid to my friend's house. And so that calendar is really useful, keeps you able to see everybody's availability all in one place. Next, you'll build your first schedule. So there's 2 types of schedules. There's fixed schedules and there's flex schedules. The tried and true pattern that we use in our neighborhood, every morning, 9 to 12, we have a shift, and every afternoon, 12 to 3, we have a shift, except for Fridays because that's our early out day. So that makes 9 shifts a week that people could fill. And in our case, we use a fixed schedule. So let's see here what that looks like and set up a semester. A fixed schedule, you would come here and say, okay, I'm looking to make one for the summer 2026. It's going to start in June and it will end at the end of July. And then I will add my first shifts. So for this fixed schedule, every villager is going to cover the same recurring shift all semester. So, for example, you might cover Monday mornings 9 to noon, or you might cover Wednesday afternoons 12 to 3. In our village, we cover them once every 3 weeks. You can change that cycle as often as you want it to be. If you say, I want it to be a 1-hour shift once a week, or a 2-hour shift once a month, you get to set that pacing for your village. So how you do that, you add the first shift. So we'll just go with what I know: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It starts at 9 a.m. and goes till 12 p.m. And I want those shifts available every week for people to sign up for. So I just add that shift. So now you can see there will be a shift available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. every week. Then I could add another shift. I could say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting at 12 p.m. and going until 3 p.m. Once every 1 week, add that shift. Okay, so there we go. I have currently 9 shifts per week created. This is totally flexible, totally up to you. You could have 3 shifts a week. You could have just 1 shift a week to swap for babysitting Friday night, 5 to 8 p.m. every week, and just swap that. Totally up for what your needs as a village are. Then you can add blackout dates. For example, okay, Independence Day, that's a holiday, nobody's going to host that day. You can add that. You can add your own specific blackout dates here. Choose, like, we know, okay, July 24th is a holiday in Utah. Let's make that one also a blackout day. And then here, you can either save it as a draft if you want to come back to it, or you can request availability. When you hit that request availability button, what will happen is these shifts will then push out to your villagers, and they can say which their preferences are. So I'll do that. Request availability. Okay. So here you'll be able to see the name that you made. You'll be able to, the X can delete that one if you decide, just kidding, we're not going to run with this. Let's pick a different schedule. And then close availability means that your villagers will no longer be able to sign up for their preferred shifts. Okay, so here we can see we just made it, so there's no shifts that are filled. The 10 unplaced means that I have 10 people in my village that I haven't assigned a shift to yet. Auto rotate means that the app itself will create a rotation based on the villager's preferences, or you can clear that and automatically, and you can choose where to put people. And then you can choose they're going to host every 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, etc. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You can decide you want to spread it out so it doesn't feel like a burden, but also that people are getting enough opportunities to host. So here's the grid. People will start signing up for their preferred shifts. They'll pick their top preferred and their second preferred. You can just go in here and you'll be able to see, oh, Sally, she wants this as her first shift option, Mondays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So I'll assign that to her. Because we have every 3 weeks, you'll be able to assign 3 people. You'll be able to assign 3 people to that shift, and it will automatically rotate them between the 3 weeks, including the blackout dates. It will rotate around that. And then once you have people who have signed up and you put it all in, you can publish the schedule and it will show up in the calendar. Here I will show you what it looks like. Each villager will receive that icon that says select your shift preferences. Boom. They'll be able to say, okay, Mondays, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, Wednesdays, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. They can pick their first choice and their second choice. They can add any of their own blackout dates that they are unable to host on, and then they can save those preferences. We can also come back and update them if something changes. All right, then you can always come back to this shield icon in the top right, go to your schedules, and now you'll be able to see, okay, summer 2026. This is a draft. I'm still working on it. One person has given me their preferences, and as you go through those, you'll be able to see, okay, I'm going to add this person to that slot because that's her first choice. And then once you have everyone in, you can publish the schedule. That is how the fixed schedules work. The flex schedules are slightly different. These are totally open. You put all of the shifts in, and then your village can sign up for whichever shift they prefer. So you can say summer we'll do spring. Spring 2026 starts May 25th and goes through June 20th. You have here minimum shifts per villager, which helps even out the load. Everybody needs to do 3 shifts, something like that you can pick. And then you add your first shift. So we'll just say like what we're looking for is Friday date nights. So Fridays, 5 p.m., 5 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. So 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. every 1 week at that shift. And we'll just say, for the case of this, everyone needs to sign up for 1. You could do blackout dates. And villagers are allowed to sign up until this date. So they can sign up for their shifts that they want until the end of the day, May 25th. Then you publish those shifts. This time, instead of signing up for their preferred block, they're just going to go sign up for the ones that they can do. So, for example, if you go back to the home page, you'll see shifts are open, claim yours. And you can say, ooh, which one do I want? I'll sign up for this day, and then I'll take my kids those other Fridays. And you can confirm that. Now, once everybody has claimed their shifts, that one will show up. All of those shifts will show up on the schedule. So here you can see how that might look. Upcoming, you'll see this week, you'll see the date, the day, who's hosting, and the time. And then this is me. I can say, okay, I want to take my child to this person, and I will send them a text. Just click on them, I'll send them a text. Next week, I can see it's my turn next week, as well as who else. I can just click on them, send them a text. This Roberta May is my second person. So not me in the app, but it would send a text message to me. You can also see a calendar. So here on the calendar, you can see a green dot means somebody's hosting that day. A pink dot means there's an open shift, and black means it's your turn. So I can see on the 20th, it's my turn to host, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. But say I want to take my kids on the 26th, I can see, okay, who's hosting. And then on the calendar, I can also see all of these open shifts. And I can go say, I'm low on tickets, or I would like to get more tickets for XYZ. Or I just want to have a play date that people can come over and play with my kids on the 4th. Okay, so I will claim that shift. And then I can see on the 4th, it will be my turn. And I can host. Okay, so that is the schedule. It's really amazing to be able to just put it out there. Your villagers can sign up for what they prefer, and then they can see who else has signed up on that schedule. Just a word of caution, the fixed shifts will not show up on here until you have published them. All of the flex ones will show up as soon as people sign up for them, but you'll need to publish the fixed shifts first to make sure everybody's schedule works out well, that they get something that they selected for. Okay, the last thing to show you is this swap board. Here is where you can see when things come up for people that they might need to swap. So it's very normal. Kids get sick, or just random things pop up. So this is a place for those requests. In our neighborhood, we just send these out on a text and say, hey, my kids were sick last night. Can someone fill my shift tomorrow? Just in case they're not better by then. But this is a way that you can do it in-app if you would like. There's 4 options. You can post an open call, so anyone can claim that shift. It will show up on the swap board. It will show up on the home screen. You say what shift you want to give, and somebody else can claim. You can post an open trade. So if someone is willing to trade with you their shift, if you're like, I need to not host on this day, but I still want to be able to get tickets, you could trade with somebody, or if you think someone might be more willing to claim it if you trade with them. If you've talked to someone in advance and you're just going to give it to somebody, you can also do that as well. Or if you have already talked to somebody and you know you're going to trade with them, you can post it there so that it will show up in the system. So there you can select the villager. You can send a message with it like, hey, we had a last minute family thing come up. Anyone willing to swap me shifts? And then post it to the swap board. It will show up on the swap board. Open call, I need a sub, the date, the time, the note, and then also if you have any outgoing requests, anything that you've specifically asked for. So that is the swap board. One last thing to show you as a captain. You have a couple extra functions that you can do. You can gather your villagers. We do this usually right before the beginning of each semester, just so we can get faces, names down again. We all like each other. We all want to be together and be friends, so it's kind of fun. Sometimes we meet at a park with our kids. Sometimes we just meet at the leader's house and gather together. This is also a great way for people who might want to join the village to meet people, get faces, names, that kind of thing. Feel confident with the other caretakers that are in the village, excited to send their kids to your home, etc. So you can plan a date, you can set a location, and that will show up on the home screen as a gather for your village. You could also do it in the middle of the semester, like, hey, we just want to have a park date. You can do it whenever, but that's something you can do as the captain. You also can adjust the ticket balances here. You can choose any villager and remove or add full hours, half hours. Ideally, you're not having to do this very often, but in the case that maybe you wanted to start with less than 30 tickets or more than 30 tickets in rotation, something like that, you have access to make that happen. Okay, you also can assign a new captain. If your kids are phasing out, somebody else needs to be the captain, you can assign a captain, choose that specific villager, pass it. They will now have access to the captain's hub. And then you also, one very important thing is generating the invite code. As the captain, you are the source through which you're vetting the village. And this helps provide one extra layer of protection and safety for the kids, for the village. Each member of your village is going to need to work through you to have approval to invite a new friend. This is intended to be a warm, welcoming space, so just be wise about how you interact. We don't want people to feel unwelcomed, but this is just one extra layer of protection. So what will happen, your villager will be prompted to send you a text, prompted via the app, to send you a text to say, hey, here's my friend, here's their name, here's where they live. Location is really essential for this. You don't want them to be too far away, like anywhere between a 5 to 7 minute drive is ideal. Anything beyond that can feel a little long to get your child to co-op to their village. But it's all up to you as a village and as a village captain. So you ask them those questions. Okay, how old are their kids? Are they a good fit? What makes them a good fit for our village? And then when you feel great about that villager inviting their friend, you press this generate invite code. You select which villager is inviting, and you put the friend's first name in. So say my villager had said to me, I want to invite my friend Kate. So I'll say, okay, Kate. So I'll generate the code. So you'll get this code for Kate. It's valid for 14 days, and then you can text this code to your villager. So you can say, hi, here's your code to invite Kate to our village. It will give them the code, and then they can enter it into their screen. That's how that works. And I believe that is everything that you need to know as a captain. You can take time to explore this village, explore your responsibilities as captain, get an idea of how you want your village to feel, what types of shifts would be most useful for people in your village, and start inviting friends.